So today is the 26th of July, 2025, and we are at the Grand Hyatt in Singapore. Now, this is their newly opened Grand Wing, and this time I am staying at the Grand Wing. Usually, I would start my recording in the room, but for some interesting reason, when the place is just being fairly renovated, I tend to start from the corridor. But this time I'm doing it one more, and I'm actually starting from the lobby, just past the lobby. So this is the elevator going up. As you might have guessed, today we are on the 12th floor, and it's room 1222. Now, when I checked in, I had no request for a grand suite, but I was told that they were all sold out on grand suites. I was in the happy camper, to put it very mildly, and after a bit of letting them know how I felt, they had already put me in a junior suite, and they swore the difference between the junior suite and the grand suite was just the partition separating the living area from the bedroom area. So I did come to have a look at it, and the height of the corridor is pretty much the same, still quite low, what it's always been. I didn't think that would change from the renovation, but definitely the carpet pile is really, really nice. Oh, and I actually think we are on the wrong side, so we'd have to walk back to get to the area where my room is, the wing where my room is. So a bit of a wrong turn, but I gave you a chance to see the cleaner's table out there. So my room is actually in this direction, which is, as you can see from here, if I've read my signs, 1222 would have taken me in this direction. So I don't know if I mentioned it, I'm really liking the carpet. It's quite plush. You step into it and you feel your feet sink into it. So that is the difference. They've done up the walls, pretty much resurfaced them, and they do look quite good. So here we are, 1222 at the Grand Hyatt Singapore. Now, when I did come in here, I love the way the blinds auto retract as soon as you come into the room, giving you light and ambience. It's a fairly clever idea. So that is that. Now, when I did have a look, I was pleasantly surprised because I expected to come in raging at the room, but it is definitely not bad. It's the same size as the previous Grand King rooms, and it probably will be the same size as the current Grand King rooms, but it's laid out a bit differently. So here we have the wardrobe, really quite spacious. You can get a lot of things hung up here, ditto for here, and you have your iron. The ironing board is hung up here. You have your iron, and one thing I've always loved about hotels, the emergency touch lights. And the thing I like about it is the fact that, it's actually, there's a divider in the middle here that stops it from coming on. So you pull it, it activates, and then you push it back in and it deactivates. So I suppose there's a little device that separates the batteries to make sure it doesn't run down while it's waiting for the emergency to happen. It's just a small thing, but I did try to find one for my home. Couldn't. Standard cupboards, nothing in here. Laundry, slippers, undersized, shoehorn, brushes, pretty much the standard fare you'd expect. Lots of storage space, which is a bit empty at the moment, but I don't think I'll have anything to put into it. Interestingly enough, this is where they now have the safe. Now, the safes in the old layout used to be next to the table in the living area, just one of the drawers in the table in the living area. They sort of changed it, but I see they have still kept the same safes. Well, I guess if it ain't broke, no need to fix it. Pretty much that. The area we arrive at is quite inviting, lots of mirrors, probably give the illusion of space. And then we have the coffee and amenities. Again, nice coffee machine. The cupboard, I'm trying to figure out where the refrigerator is. I'm going to struggle with that. Ah, yes, I think I figured out how to open it. So this is the refrigerator. It's a new layout, new configuration from what they had before. So I guess something has changed. Then coffee stash, which I'm going to make use of while I am here. And what do we have below here? Now it's pretty good. Cups, tumblers, and wine glasses. And in the last drawer, we have a coffee machine, wine, chocolates, likely all part of the room service kit. And we would see what we go with that. Now, the controls have also been changed, so the color's gone all sort of brassy to merge in with the new textures they've gone for the walls and the overall layout. And here, one of my pet peeves, and I'm happy they took care of it. They have a master switch, and I'm assuming the master switch will kill everything. I wouldn't know till I try it tonight. 220-watt voltage, but it's universal socket, so which means you don't need adapters by the side of your bed, which is quite thoughtful. A USB-A and USB-C socket, and also a bedside clock that also has charging potential. So this is quite good. I was pleasantly surprised. Also fairly good sized television and sitting area. I don't know how good this will be for working, but I guess this is what is going to have to pass on the workbench. But they have also furnished it with a significant amount of sockets, outlets, so you're good to go. And there's also lighting controls here, if I can see this clearly. Table on, table off, that's good. You can just have your lighting over here while you work. And here they still have the standard socket, but I guess this is just going to be for the coffee machine, so nothing needs to be fancy around there. Well, sort of a lounge, recliner, resting area where you can sit, have your glass of wine by the side, and just stare out, to someone's balcony. But the thought is appreciated. Or you can just sit here, read a book, which again is also a nice thing to do. Nice kind of sofa, which I think in the pinch could almost double as you could pass for a bed. You could double as a bed, so that is good. And the king size bed is a super king. So this is not a king size bed, it's a super king that looks like two king singles by the side and with a very large mattress overlaying it. So definitely lots of space to roll around. Other sides as well, they have replicated all the controls, which is good. Same as usually you'd find some hotels with cheap out, and you'd have one side with full controls and the other side with a bit of everything. And here again, they still have more power outlets, USB-C, USB-A, and lights that lead you into the bathroom. So, bathroom fully redone. I'm not so sure I like the styling of the covering on top of the lights, but it is what it is. I would have preferred if it was just plain, but I guess they are going for some sort of retro look to match up with their hardware. The cups are, same brassy metallic texture that the tabs are and the aircon controls are and the doors hardware are. So again, nice supply of towels, and the good thing here is if you want more towels, they'll get you more towels. The bathtub is a bit mid-sized, but who's complaining? A bathtub is a bathtub, and I plan to make use of it. Let's have a quick look and see what they have in your drawers. Nothing. Yeah, the usual amenities: toothbrush, shower cap, cotton pads, feminine things, shaver, shaving cream, which is good. And in here, there's the hair dryer, which I strongly doubt I will need, but it is what it is. And again, power outlets for your shaver here, so that's good. Coming round, they have just hung up one dressing robe. It should be two. I mean, cheap is, but I guess if I ask for one more, they would bring one in. So we'll not look at the toilet services. Yes, they have gone full techie on this. Yes, and it's one of those that, you know, recognizes what you want to do and opens to prepare itself. So that in itself is good. Probably definitely also flushes itself, but you've got your single flush and your double flush, and a mirror here as well. Probably illusion of size, but definitely not a bad look at not a bad look. And I do like the choice of, I don't pretty think it might be marble. These stones are not my thing, but it works well, whatever stone it is. The tiles and everything come together quite nicely. So to my favorite part of any hotel room, the shower, where I spend most of my time, as much time as I can. Luxury of life. It's got rain shower, which is good. It's got regular type style shower, and they have done a good job with the amenities here. And they're coming now with the current trend where hotels more and more have life-size bottles which they stick to the wall as opposed to miniatures which people want to take home. The controls look good. I like controls, single controls for temperature. That way you don't have to fiddle it, just hot, cold to the left, to the right. The center is 40, which would suit most people, and then you have buttons to pick the choice of water outlet. So it's reasonably sized, for lack of a better expression, and I look forward to testing out what the water pressure is like. So when I say the bathrooms are my favorite rooms, favorite part of the room, it is, but it also helps if the water pressure is strong and I can have what I consider to be a good shower. So in a nutshell, we are at the Grand Hyatt Hotel in Singapore, 26th of July 2025. This is my second visit here, my first visit here this year, which is really odd. Usually in this normal days I would have done about 12 visits by this time of the year, but what do I know? The worlds are changing, and we'll see how comfortable the bed is. But this suite was an upgrade courtesy of the World of Hyatt program. They've been it's a very good program to be on. Even if I'm spruiking it, I totally enjoy the benefits that it brings, and I look forward to my time here and lots of times coming back. Oh, and I really have to come back to get into the grand suite to see what it's like as compared to the junior suite.